Okay. Who's here? Yay.
Hey, Stu, I just got here.
Awesome. Hey, how are you? All right. So, who's not familiar with any of this stuff at all? Jacqueline, I can't. I can just see the top of your head. Okay, hang on. I'm going to unmute. So I've got mute buttons, so I can unmute you or mute you. There's a little bit of delay. But what I'm going to do is unmute everyone for a second. See what happens. Ready? Okay. Try.
There we go.
Okay. I can hear Betty.
Yeah, cool.
Jacqueline.
Yes, hello.
I can hear you. Jenny, I can only see the top of your head.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't move my computer down.
Is there any way you can move your camera? So, or can you? Oh, right, you can stand up. That'll do it too. Same with you, actually, Jackie. I can only see your head.
Okay.
Well, if you can get a shot a bit like mine, so I can see your fingers, that'll help.
And you can't see me at all. Steph here, my camera seems to be on the fritz.
Ah, who was that?
Steph.
Steph. Oh, there you are. Under are you WRIGH?
No, I'm STEPH.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see Suzanne. I can
Yep.
see Jennifer. I can see Brendan having a cup of tea.
Oh, can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can, Suzanne.
Oh, good. Okay.
I can only see your head though. So is there any way that you can tilt your camera down so I can see? Yeah, that's better. Wow. Try to go for a shot a bit like mine. So I'm assuming that you can only see me. Is that right?
No, I can see everyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
can
can
see
see everybody.
across the top.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's a nice shot, Betty. I wonder why it just sort of, okay, what happens when I do this?
I just turned my camera to do that.
Okay, cool. Now I think I can see, we've got 14 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, so there must be more in a
No,
different
I
room.
can't see the rest. Oh, yeah.
Desley?
Yeah,
Arrow
okay,
here.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, that's Desley.
So yeah, one of these days I'm going to work out how I can, there's rooms, but I'm not sure if it works with the subscription I've got. I think I can only set up a certain view. But now if I go back
Yeah, and then Stu, what happens is when people talk, their picture will pop up at the top.
Yeah, right. Is that what's happening? Yeah, good. Like you've just
That's what happens. When someone talks, you'll definitely see them on the top.
Okay.
Or in the middle, maybe.
Now, can everyone see, where's that little thing where you can put your hand up? Have you got that?
Oh.
Hand up.
Can't remember.
On the bottom bar, there's a little thing, I think, that you can put your hand up. Because soon so we get on the lesson, I'm going to mute everyone. And then that would be handy if you knew where that is. If you need to say something, then I can unmute you. Otherwise, the sound is just going to be unworkable.
And should we just click on you so we can only see you, Stu?
Possibly, yes. I'm going to...
So
Hello?
can I say something, Stu?
Yeah.
Because I've used Zoom quite a bit. So if people haven't used it before, if you see on the bottom something that says chat, if you click on chat, a menu should open with everybody's names. And then on the bottom of that, you'll see a thing that says raise hand. Can you see a raise hand over on the right, maybe? Mine's on the right-hand side, underneath everyone's names.
I can't see it.
What happens if you click on chat?
Yep, nothing.
Names
I
still
don't have a
pop up.
chat.
Still there? Yeah, so Jackley's worked out how to raise a hand?
I can't find the chat thing. Anyone hear me even?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mine says,
Jennifer, I can
mine
hear.
says reactions.
You can? Oh, good.
Try putting your mouse over the screen and does a little menu pop up?
I just tapped the bottom of the screen and a little menu popped up in the right-hand corner.
Yes,
I'm
that's it.
on iPad. I don't know if that makes it any different.
Oh, okay. You might have
That's
to.
what I'm using an iPad.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I can find it. No problem. I got it.
cool. All right. So how we going? We've got 14 people here out of 25.
That's very good.
Maybe I haven't admitted everyone. Any new people along? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I've got one. That's 14. All right. I can see John there practicing away. Oh, he's got some second position chords. It's good to see. All right. Well, let's begin. So I guess I'm going to mute you for now. And if you need to get my attention, put your hand up. So at the moment, I'm going to lower your hand, Jackie. And yeah, we'll make a start. So anyone who here, I'm just going to mute you all. Hang on. Mute all. Continue. All right, you're now muted. So can we just have a practice with the hands up? Do you want to just try putting your hand up if you need to get... Okay, yep. That's working. Oh, I got a thumbs up over here from Jenny. And my phone's ringing. Wait a minute. This could be someone. Stuart speaking.
Hi, Stuart. It's Helen Scriven here.
Hey.
I was going to try and join in with your class this morning, but I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So there's a link that you need to press on in the invitation that you got. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So it says get your invite here. So I went in now.
Yep.
I went in there a few times last night, and then now it says it's closed.
It's closed.
Yeah. The window has closed. Please contact the event.
Oh no. So that there is the that's Did you get another email with an invite with a Zoom address?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So that's
I'll tell you what I'm going to have to do, because we've kind of already started and we're a few minutes into it. I'll ring you back and I'll give you some instructions about how to do it for the next time.
all right. That's fantastic.
Okay. What was your name again? Sorry.
Helen Scriven.
Oh, cool, Helen. No worries. All right.
Yeah, I met you at what was this Twilight Candlelight Twilight at Mullum,
Oh, great. Yeah, cool.
and I got a little disabled daughter.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, go and check out Zoom.us, because that's the platform that we're using. Sorry.
Zoom.us.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to go.
Thank
Thanks, Helen.
you. Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank God. I'm playing the ukulele. That's a better shot, Jackie. And Desley's there. Okay, so I can see that we've got a mixture of different players and abilities. So this is always the hardest part about this business, is trying to work out who to cater for. Hands up if you're a complete and utter beginner. You can put your hand up like that. Okay, Jennifer is over there. Hi, Jennifer. I've met you before. So let's just do some strumming together to see how that goes. So when I teach strumming, I like to teach this method, and most of you have been here before, but you put your hand out like so, and you twist your hand as though you're opening the door. So the whole point of that is to see that your wrist is twisting, and then you point to the floor and keep twisting, and then bring that back here And I'm using the Z chord. That's when you put your fingers very lightly on the strings, so lightly that it doesn't actually resonate at all. So you get a percussive sound. Jenny and Jennifer, I can only see the tops of your heads. If I could see the uke, maybe you have to stand up like this. I'll know if you're doing it or not. But this is the basic action, and you'll see that I'm scribing an arc which is pretty well straight down and straight up around where the body meets the neck on the ukulele. It's a little bit different for baritones, as we discovered the other day. And we were trying to get a nice even sound both ways, up and down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I can only assume that there's a slight delay, because some of you look like you're really in time with me and others of you don't. So that's your basic scratch track, that's what I would call that. And from there we develop all our other strums. But this pendulum motion of down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, that forms the basis of just about all the strums that you're going to play. That I like. I mean, you can do downstrokes like this too if you want to be a rock and roller. But generally speaking, the uke, especially these C-tuned ukes, sound best with a down-up motion. And I know some of you have done this before, but we'll do it again anyway. We're going to learn the church strum, which is the first one. So it's a down, down, up, down, down, up. Now I'm voicing the actual hits that we're using out of that complete pendulum motion. It's great because I can only see you guys with the sound off, so you're all doing it. So for all I know, you are not hitting the strings right now, because that's what I'm doing. I'm not hitting the strings. But now I'm going to do the actual pattern, which is down, down, up, 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 down. Someone's just unmuted themselves. That was Jennifer, was it?
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Could I put it back?
No, well, have you got a question? Oh, hang on. Terry Flatman here.
I'm just playing with it. I thought maybe it was meant to be on mute, not unmute. Oh.
Yeah. It's meant to be on mute. Hang on a sec. I've just got someone. Terry Flatley wants to join, and that would be very handy if he was here. Okay. Yeah. So I can mute you. See, I've got the power of God here. I'm going to mute you now, Jennifer. But if you do want to, I think you actually can unmute yourself if you have a question, but you just put your hand up like this, or use the hand up feature. What a shame I can't see you, Steph. You still there? Okay, there's two more have just joined. Hey, there you are. Cool. And we've got, who's that? Okay, we've got a few people here, a few more extras just joined in. And I just need to send an invite to Terry. By the way, we can go over time if I end up wasting too much time doing this. Okay, and where are you, Terry? Okay. Hopefully that'll get to Terry. Okay, so getting back to our strum. Now, the main thing I'm on about nowadays is developing a backbeat. And the backbeat is, I'm just going to go to speaker view for a minute. And what's that? Okay, so I'm just looking at myself now, so make sure I'm not frowning and making funny faces. The backbeat are the beats 2 and 4. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you may not realise it, but I'm tapping my foot now So that's actually a great thing to do. Me being a drummer, of course, I like to walk. So I'm going from right to left with my feet. You have to trust me on that. And now I'm going to accent the beats 2 and 4. One more point before I move on. I'm playing with an open hand at the moment. You can play with a closed hand as well. I notice that that gives a more forceful stroke. It sounds a bit more bright. Try it for yourself. So go open hand, now close hand, open, close. Can you hear the difference? So you can use that for effects when you're playing. If you want to rock out a bit, you can close your hand a bit. I do that occasionally. And getting to the backbeat, the 2 and the 4, which we've talked about, a lot of us, but beats 2 and 4 need the accent. That's what makes it swing. So when you're strumming your stroke, let's just do down, up, down, up, down, up. We're going to accent on beats 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. How's the sound, by the way? Is it clear? And it's not like doing weird stuff.
Yeah,
That's natural.
It's very clear, and we can see you really clearly too.
Excellent. Oh, cool. You should see the lighting rig I've got in here. I'm starting to sweat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now this is the thing that really makes music move along. And it's something that, as players, it's really important to develop a strong backbeat. Because it almost gets to the point where if you only do that, that's enough to have a party. Let's try putting a chord under that. Let's go, hey, how about a C chord? 1 and 2 and 3 and go. I don't know about you, but that sounds good in here. And of course, I know some of you are familiar. I'm just going to move this along to find some of the other people that I haven't met before who... the flick is something that I like to teach. I don't know that other people actually teach this, but I find it's a really easy way to get that accent. And that's by flicking your 3 fingers, but actually you're flicking all your fingers. But it's only 3 that come in contact with the string, I find. Who's that, Desley? I can't hear you. You can unmute yourself if you feel like.
This is my little grandson, Esha.
Oh, hey, Esha, lean down a bit. I can't see your face.
Oh, hang on, I'm not very good at this thing. Can you see
Oh,
me?
there you are.
Hey.
I didn't see you at all. Welcome.
Dad's a drummer.
Dad's a drummer, did you say?
And he played in that band out at Mullum that night that you liked.
Yeah, right.
Allensworth.
Yeah. Loved it. Awesome.
Loved it. Okay, back to work, Stu.
All right, good. Sorry, everyone. This is nice to be connecting like this, though, I must say. So, the accent using the flick. Now, the reason I like the flick is because it's no more force, but you get mass to give you the accent beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's down, up, flick, up, down, up, flick, up, down, up, flick, up. And there's another good reason why I like the flick too, which I'll explain in a moment. So let's try that with the church drum, which is down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So I'm down, flick, up, 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 down. So that doesn't sound like much now, but when you get a bit of pace, are you ready? This is going to be pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeehaw! So that's something that's handy to develop. Of course, you can make the accent without having to use the flick. You can just go down. But I can't get the same definition. I can't get the same delineation, difference between the soft note and the loud note with my one finger. Ah, hang on. I've got to admit some more people. Hey, Terry. Okay, we've got 18 people, folks. This is great. I really appreciate you. Hey, how you going? Sorry I left you waiting in the waiting room for so long. Hey, Terry. Still getting used to all this. Won't take us long, though. It's a pretty cool system. And the good thing about it is I can actually turn like this and you can see my fingers better and I can move up closer. So, Terry, we're working on, and Lisa, hey, hello. We're just working on strumming patterns at the moment, and I'm using the Z chord. And in case you don't know the Z chord, that's when you put your fingers very lightly on the strings and you make that chuck sound. Now, and then I've been talking about how, I actually haven't said this yet, we're using one point of contact. So the nail on the way down and the finger, the fleshy part on the finger on the way up. This is how I do it. I like to say this to people, there's no one size fits all. Everyone's got their own little thing going on. We've all got different anatomy, but this is how I work on it, and it seems to work for me. So it's down with the finger, up with the flesh, and you can see in this angle my wrist is twisting quite ferociously. So my thumb's pointing to the ceiling, and I can get it so that my finger is pointing to the ceiling, and now it's pointing to the floor. That's a real exaggeration, and I doubt that I actually do that in real life. But it's pretty close. And then we were talking about the backbeat, which was the 2 and the 4 beats that we want to accent, which helps your strum to swing. So that's down, down, sorry, let me start again. I'm getting excited. The downstrokes are on 2 and 4, the accented beats. So we've talked about using the flick to get this accent. So instead of just hitting a little bit harder, which is perfectly fine, down, down, up, 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 down. I'm using a flick with my 3 fingers. I'm using all 4 fingers to flick, but only 3 come in contact with the string to make the accent, because it's pure mass gives you an extra heavy beat. And here's the advantage of why it's good to use the flick, because it then gives you one step away from a good chuck stroke. The chuck stroke is when you flick, when you, what am I doing? When you flick and you continue with your hand so it hits the strings and mutes the strings, like so. So here's a chord. Heard that before? It's a definite great thing to have in your arsenals of textures, especially for things like so that's just it's not a double motion, and I'm just going to go here so I can see everyone. If you've got any questions at any point, put your hand up physically or use the machine. One and chuck, up, one, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down. Hey, Maddie, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck. Up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up. Which has got to be one of the nicest strums. So I'm going to do this really slow for those people who are, you know, the beginners. So we're going to go down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck. And that was the point I was trying to make. The chuck isn't a 2 motion. it's like that. It's a one motion like this. So your fingers just keep on moving down until they hit the strings, and then on the way back up, you catch the strings with your finger. So I'll just keep this hand out of the way. How are we going? Who's this over here? iPad. I can only see the top of iPad's head. Using a phone. So, I'm really curious to see what it sounds like. If I unmute you all, this probably won't all, I don't think we can all hear each other. But I'm going to try it for an experiment. So, it could be a cacophony, let's find out. So I'm going to count 4, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! I can hear muffled. Oh, there's a few little things. Yeah, it's just chopping in and chopping out. I'm hearing it. But it sounds like you've got the hang of it. That's good. What's a good song? Let me see. One of my favourite at the moment is a song called the Ukulele song. I'll see if I can teach you. Okay, so we've got an F chord. What's your F, Suzanne? That's right, you've got that one. Suzanne's playing a baritone. Got a new baritone lesson coming today, actually, on YouTube, everyone. So the first chord is F, and the next chord is C7. First finger. Oh, who doesn't know an F chord? Anyone? Hang on, where is everyone? Am I looking at everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I'm looking at everyone. Does anyone not know an F chord? Put your hand up like this. No, okay, Jennifer. F chord is first finger. So that's finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3, number 4. First finger goes on the first fret of the second string. Everyone's walking away. Second finger goes on the second fret of string number 4. That's the one closest to your face. So it should look a bit like that. Where's a good angle? There. Should sound like that. That's your F chord. Okay. While we're here, we're going to learn one of the other chords. Yep.
I'm so used to at our nights having the chords up on the screen.
Yes.
That I'm sort of not sure of being without that.
Okay, I think I can help you there. Just give me 2 seconds. Open recent file, view all of recent files. The Ukulele song. That's a tab. That's no good to me. Wait a minute. Ukulele. File open. Sites. Boy, this computer can be slow sometimes. Okay. There we go. All right. Coming back, and now I'm going to share this PDF file with you, hopefully. Sharing screen. Okay. Can you see that okay? I'll just make it a bit bigger.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see all the chord shapes all right? How's that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone, if you need to jump in, just unmute yourself and ask a question, because I can't see you at the moment because I'm sharing the screen. I haven't quite worked out how to have myself and the screen there at the same time. I bet you have, Terry. The Ukulele song, so don't worry about the C diminished 7 if you're not familiar with it. You don't really need it. You can get by without that fine. And just here's a little hack for you. So you've got your F chord, and you want, for the D7 shape, which you can see down there, instead of using those two fingers, we're going to keep our F where it is and just add our ring man so that it's on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. So on, that's your F, D7, F, D7. And G7, for those who haven't done it, the easiest way is go from the F, move down 1, add that ring man on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So just take a little moment to nail that one. Okay. And I'm just going to check in on you for a sec. Everyone still with me? Okay. So I'm going to put this screen up and we'll play the song, and then we'll go from there. Here we go. Sharing screen again, and there it is, and share. Okay. Best of luck, everyone. It has an intro that goes like this. Little tab at the top there for anyone who's keen. And then after the oh, we're going to a hooky loud, hooky, 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 hooky loud. Everybody loves a hooky loud, where the low is the cow at the big luau. We throw our nets out into the sea, and all the come swimming to me. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud, a hooky, 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 hooky loud. Okay, so stop share for a sec. How are you going with all those chords? Anyone need to look at something in particular? Has anyone got a question or a query? The best thing to do in future is I'm actually going to send you the music, and you know, if you've got an iPad or if you've got another screen, you could either have it live on that, or you could just print it out and have it in front of you, so we can play together. I'll lead you, you play. So let's do a run through. I'll just put the PDF back up, and we're just going to go all the way through the song. I just have to trust that you're doing okay. So remember, at any time you can just unmute yourself and say, Stu, how are you doing this? Or if you've got a question on anything. Okay, so here we go, sharing screen. And here comes the intro. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud, hooky, 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 hooky loud. Everybody loves a hooky loud, where the low is the cow at the big luau. We throw our nets out into the sea, all the come swimming to me. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud, a hooky, 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 hooky loud. What a wonderful day for fishing the old Hawaiian way. All the hooky loud nets are swishing bay. Wait for it, I'm just going to scroll the screen. I haven't worked that out yet, but it's coming. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud. A hooky, 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 hooky loud. Everybody loves a hooky loud. Where the loud is the cow at the big blue owl. We throw our nets out into the sea, and all the ama come swimming to me. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud. A hooky, 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 hooky loud. What a wonderful day for fishing the old Hawaiian way. All the hooky loud nets are swishing down an old lay bay. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud. A hooky, 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 hooky loud. Everybody loves the hooky loud. Where the lau is the cow at the big luau. We throw our nets out into the sea. All the ama come swimming to me. Oh, we're going to a hooky loud. A hooky, 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 hooky loud. A hooky, 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 hooky loud. You may have noticed that that chart is different to what I just played because it's wrong. It's meant to stay on the F at the end. So here's a little thing just before we go. I'll talk to you in a sec just about the whole experience. But the pow 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 goes like this. You need to bar the 3rd fret and then bar the 4th fret. Then move up 1 for the 5th fret. So it's like this. I've developed a little pow 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 injury because when I've been doing it, I keep my thumb in the one position and move my finger up like that. And that's caused a little bit of arthritis or something weird in my finger. So I'm trying to develop this thing where I go and the whole thing, the thumb and the fingers move up at the same time. This is actually really good for teaching you exactly what I'm doing. Which is a bit harder, and actually I'm starting to do this. Use my 3rd finger because it doesn't hurt my finger as much. Anyway, something to be wary of, because there's nothing worse than developing ukulele injuries. So yeah, at the end of it goes from the F to the G7, from the F to the D7, hooky, 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 C7, F, 2, 3, 4, 1. Pow, pow, pow. Let's try that all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, 1. One more time for luck. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pow, pow, pow. Great way to, you can finish every song in the world with a pow, pow, pow. Well, I like to anyway. It's a Hawaiian thing. Obviously, this is a Hawaiian song. Has anyone heard this song before? Anyone not heard this song before? Right. The Hooky Lau song. So, this, I sort of have to wind up the experience. How do you think we went? Put your hand up if this is something you'd like to do again. Yep, there's a thumbs up over here. Looking good so far. Awesome. Great, that's really good to know. And thank you so much for taking this maiden voyage with me. It's been pretty nerve-wracking. I nearly had to race out of the house and buy new batteries for my mic, which just suddenly stopped working. But if this sound is okay, then great. That's easy. I'm just using the computer, basically. I did have a little lapel mic that sounded great, but yeah, so what I'm going to start doing is scheduling some times that we can get together and, you know, I don't know how long is good. I mean, that was just over half an hour. It feels like we could keep going. I mean, who hands up who thinks an hour would be good? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who would prefer half hour? Jennifer wants half hour. Yep. And Jacqueline's half hour. Cool. All right. So this is all new to us all. So I'm going to start working out something that's going to kind of work in for everyone. There'll be daytime and nighttime. Now, who's Mr. iPad over here? I'm going to unmute you.
That's me, Sue. I don't
Sue,
know how
hey
to put
Sue,
my
how are
name
you?
on it.
So I can only sit. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm new to all this tech stuff. I've just had to zoom in. I've never done it before.
Are you using an iPhone or an iPad?
iPad, yeah.
So I think you at the moment you're in that way, and you want to
Yeah.
try putting it
I don't know,
horizontally.
Mike. I'm up and down.
Yeah, your portrait at the moment. Try. Can you make it
Landscape.
landscape? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
better. Yeah,
And
now.
that's not from my point of view. Shut up, Steph. I can hear you.
Oh, there's Steph. You got a headset, Steph. That's pretty professional. I went out looking for one the other day.
Stop showing off. That's Steph, I mean, not you.
And it would be good if you can get a shot. So you need to be sitting back from the camera. I'll show you what I can see of you at the moment.
That's good. Yeah, I'm just not set up properly. I didn't, you know.
Yeah, so we want to be able to see your hands because then I can pick up.
No, I'm hiding them. What I do wrong?
Well, so if you want me to help you with your technique and everything, that would help a little bit. But you know, if you want to hide, hey, that's up to you. As long as now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I need to charge for these things.
Yeah.
I normally charge $15 for the stuff we do, just about everywhere. Does $15 sound reasonable to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, it'll be a more structured experience with you know we'll look at specific things, and eventually I'm hoping I haven't spoken to Rod and Kate about the Uke night, but I'm hoping that we're going to actually do a Uke night like we do in Ballina or Mullum. And like we've got quite a bit of room back here, so we're trying to set it up so we've got the other instruments and make it a bit of a bit more of a production. But I'll have to see how the sound goes for all that kind of stuff. Any questions or comments before we head off into the ether? Yes, Suzanne? I'll unmute you. There you go.
Yeah, I just sent you a message. I'm just wondering about the baritone lessons. Can we do a different baritone group? Is that possible? Just
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know if are we quarantining this week or?
Well, I think so because
the rest of the world seems to be.
I think there'd be only a couple of us, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I might send you a message and we'll have a chat about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks.
Thank you again so much. It's been a great experience. I've really enjoyed this. Yay. Yes, stay in touch, and I've got your email addresses now through the ticketing stuff, and I'll start scheduling a few things. So there'll be some options. Yeah, fantastic. Thanks again. I'm going to press end meeting. I'm looking. People are chatting, and I haven't looked at the chat. Oh yeah, specific. Oh right, okay. Sorry, I'll work this stuff out as I go. It'll be a lot easier. Have a lovely day, everyone, and stay safe. And practice washing your hands and all that stuff that they're telling us to do. Love yous all. Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.
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 Oh, nice background, Lisa.
There's a swirl in the sun and a swirl in the sky. There's a smile on the face of everybody passing by.